Do you see anything wrong with these little chicks? Besides being a little sleepy. Just 2 days ago, these little chicks could not walk around like this. Their toes were all curled up and they could only shuffle around. But today, 2 days later, you would never know it. Today we're going to show you how to fix curled toes and also how to deal with spraddle leg or spry leg, where instead of their legs being straight, they don't have that stability and their legs spraddle out. Or in my case, I had one where it was front to back and they couldn't get their balance. And the third thing we're going to look at is called Rye Neck or Stargazer. I had one chick that was hatched with Rye Neck, where their neck goes all the way up and they can't see straight in front of them. So I'm going to show you how to fix those 3 things. This issue of splayed legs is very dear to our hearts because just this week we lost a dear family pet, Little Red. She was a red bourbon turkey and my son hatched her from an egg about a year ago. And she developed splayed leg and we didn't know what to do about it. And I couldn't seem to find anyone around who had any experience dealing with turkeys. I didn't even know what it was. And so she was a fighter and a survivor, and she overcame that challenge and would still race around the place with her splayed leg. She was amazing. And she was very, very sweet. She would cuddle with Nathan, and you know, the thing that really struck us is that she didn't have to deal with that splayed leg. If I had known how to deal with it early on, when we first discovered it, we could have fixed it and she could have lived a healthy and happy life on both of her legs. But this week, unfortunately, she succumbed to that splayed leg injury and we lost her. So, in memory of Little Red, we're going to show you how to fix this so you don't have to deal with that.
Hi, my name is Nathan and we are going to be showing you how to fix curled toe on a little turkey that I've got, and a bunch of other things that my batch of turkeys have. And I'm going to have my mom help me.
Okay, you want to put them up here? Okay, so the first thing, I'm so sorry. First thing you want to see how this poor little guy, let me put him down. See how he's struggling to stand? And if you look at his feet, they're all curled up and he is calling for his turkey daddy. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to create a little boot for his toes and straighten them out. He'll be a little clumsy at first, but once he gets the hang of it, within 24 hours or 48 hours, we've been seeing that the boots will completely heal those toes and they will walk straight and just fine. We've already done this to 2 of the chicks and it worked beautifully well. And so now we're going to fix this little guy's toes. So there's a number of different ways you can do it. You can use cardboard for the boots, but we've just been using tape. We've used a number of different types of tape, but the kind that was recommended is Scotch tape. So we're gonna try this with the Scotch tape.
So the boots on this chick didn't really work. You can see they fell off.
Yeah, we were hoping the Scotch tape would work a little bit better because the electrical tape seems so sticky and really hard to get off their feet, but it also held much better. So I'm gonna grab some of this. We used electrical tape because that's just all we had on hand. But when we went to town today, we picked up some Scotch tape and I thought, oh, this would be so much nicer. So the first thing I do with the electrical tape is I'm just sticking it to my hands and my fingers, just so that way it's not quite so terribly sticky on his toes. It'll come off a little bit easier, so it's still sticky, but it's not as terribly sticky. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and look at that. He's holding it so nice for me. Just stick it right on there. Set his little toes straight. Let me just stick this one straight. Thank you very kindly. You worked so nicely this time. Okay, now let me grab another piece to put over top. And I'm just going to cut it about the same size. And again, make it so it's not quite so terribly sticky. And let's stick it on top. And I just straighten this toe out a little tiny bit. Sorry, guy. Okay. I know. Just pinch this edge together here, and then over on this side. Then, of course, I'm just gonna cut this little corner off, and this little corner, you just gotta make sure you're giving a lot of clearance so you don't get anywhere close to their toes when you do that. One down, one to go. I know, I'm sorry, bye. It's okay, it's okay. Here we go. Pull this a bit farther. Okay, just cut it. That, he is tired. I'll have him back here in just a second, okay? Okay, there we go. Okay, hold your foot out nice and straight for me. Okay, I've got to straighten this one out. Straighten this one. That one looks pretty good. Good job. Grab another piece. Oh, he's so tired. Look at that. All right, last piece. And we are in business. This is what we did with the other two chicks, and it worked very well. Okay. All right, let's have him try those boots out. Go ahead and let him stand up. There, what do you think? Are those gonna work for you? Yeah? Let's see, are they straight? I'm wondering if this one's straight. I know. You're calling for your daddy, aren't you? Okay, can we get him to walk? Maybe step him back here and have him walk forward. Okay, come here. Come here. Let's see it.
Daddy's here.
Come here. I'm worried because that one looks turned in a little bit to me. Okay, there he goes. Come on. Well, they're keeping his legs straight, so, or his toes straight, so we'll give that a try and we'll check him tomorrow.
Yeah, I think he wanted Daddy. I think he just is cold and ready to go to bed.
He's tired. Okay, go ahead and put him to bed.
So the next thing we're going to do, show you about is the legs when they're like this. So like one leg's like this and one leg's like this. It could be like that, or it can be like legs like this. It's called Splayed leg, or you could call it Spraddle leg. this one has it, but not so bad. But we have this other chick that has it really bad, but he also has another thing that is another deficiency, so he has his head up like that. But we're working on fixing that. We'll get into that a little more into the video.
Okay, so we're going to fix, there's two different ways we're going to show you how to fix Spraddle or spry leg, and then at the end we'll talk about our lovely little Stargazer here, which we're working on that too. He kind of had a lot of issues. So let's fix this Spraddle leg. So this guy spends a lot of time on his back, so I'm going to see if I can't get him to relax. It's okay. It's okay. There you go. Relax. So one way of dealing with this is to use, it's okay, guy. Okay. It's okay. Let's try that. Is to use a straw. And I have not tried this yet, so we will see how it goes. Might have to try a different size here, but okay. And then we're going to take a rubber band, or you can use a hair tie. I didn't have any small hair ties, so we're just going to try with the rubber band, and we're going to stick the rubber band through the straw. There we go. We got it through. Okay, so this is what we're going to use to keep the chick's legs from going so far apart. That may be a little big, but we'll see. Okay, so the first step, I'm going to need your help, buddy, so you might need to stick that one back, or yeah, maybe you could just set him here. It'll be okay. There you go, little guy. Okay, so I'm going to have you hold him so that I can work on his legs here. Gentle. There we go. So I'm going to grab this. We're just going to put this. Sorry, little guy. You're okay. Okay, so we've got on one side. Then we're going to grab this side. Be real gentle. Open this up. Sorry. Okay. So, there we go. Now, let's see. Let's have him give it a try. What it does is it keeps his legs closer together. Another way that we found is you can use either a Band-Aid or some self-sticking, I don't know what this is called, like bandage wrap. And wrap it around their legs and then use this kind of between the legs to sort of hold it together. Wow, he's doing so much better. Okay, let's go ahead and bring him over. If you will hold him so I can wrap this around his legs. Okay, so this little guy, he's got a little bit of Spraddle leg. I need a little bit more of the chick to, yeah. His Spraddle leg is not very bad. He basically has one foot that's a little bit farther behind. Wow, look at this guy getting around. Look at, he's still down. Oh, he's feeling his oats over here. Aren't you doing good? Oh, he left us a gift. Okay, that's why we're on a towel. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is just gently wrap it around. Stick it to itself. Okay, gotta hold up. You don't want to do it too tight, but you want it to stay. So there's one leg. And then we're going to do that same thing to the other leg. Hey, look at you. The other chick is trying to steal the show here. Okay, so now we've got both legs. So now we're going to take this and we're going to wrap it around, stick it to that. So that way it's like that, and then we'll want to leave it about hip width apart. So that's right about right there. And I'm going to wrap it around, tuck it underneath there. It has a little bit of stretch for him, so that way he can still walk. Okay, there we go. Now let's try that. What do you think, big guy? Yeah, he's going to have to get used to that a little bit, but wow, look at him. Much more stable. And there, it's retraining him on how to use his legs in the right position. And he's got better balance. So this little guy, he's our little Stargazer, and we call him a Stargazing because he's looking up and back, and because he's had splayed legs and he's got the Stargazer issue, he's been falling over backwards. I set him down and within seconds he's on his back. But with this fixing the Spraddle leg, look at you go, mister. He's going after my wedding band. So with Stargazers, that is a deficiency, a vitamin E deficiency in the breeding parents. So the mom and the dad, his mom and dad were deficient in vitamin E, which then causes the chicks to be deficient in it also. And that is what causes that stargazing issue. So to fix that, we actually just got home because we went and picked up some supplies that we didn't have, and one of them was I didn't have any vitamin E. So I just took a soft gel, vitamin E soft gel, poked a hole in it, and put a little bit on the tip of his beak, and then he just sort of ate it down. And then the other thing you've got to do is you've got to make sure that they have some selenium, because birds' bodies have trouble. He's getting that figured out. He does not like that green. Birds' bodies need the selenium in order to properly utilize that vitamin E. He's going to jump off the table. Okay, it's all right. There you go. And so when we first got home, he pretty much stayed in this position all of the time, like he is right now. He was like that all the time, and because of his splayed legs, he kept going back and back, and he'd just go straight over backwards till he was laying on his back helpless. And he'd just squawk and lay there and squawk, and he couldn't do much about it. Slow down there. But now look, he's starting to look straight ahead a little bit. That's just with one dose of the vitamin E and some selenium. I also have some poultry nutrition that I added the selenium to. I took a tablet of selenium and just smashed it into powder, and then put it, hey buddy, would you mind grabbing that one? And then put it into the nutrient or the nutrition liquid that I had. And of course I watered the nutrition liquid that I had down because it's a bit of a concentrate. And I gave that to him to drink, and he is already doing so much better just in the last 2 hours. I think it was about 2 hours ago. So what I read online was that we needed to give him more nutrition and vitamin E and selenium about once every 2 to 4 hours for the first couple of weeks, and then he should be. Some people said they saw results within 24 or 48 hours. Other people said it took a week before this completely cleared on them. But the exciting part is that we're already seeing a marked improvement in his behavior just with that one dose. So we'll give him another one before we go to bed tonight, and then some more first thing in the morning. And yeah, we'll show you what happens at the end. I mean, already you can see this guy's doing much better. Yeah, you're running all over the place, aren't you? Yeah.
We'll have to go to the bigger group of turkeys.
Yes, and then as soon as they are on their feet and eating well, then we will move them in with the flock of little turkeys that we have. So
That are already running around.
yes. All right, so we're going to put these back in the incubator, and we will show you the results tomorrow, probably. All right, good night, little guys.
Trying to jump everywhere. Trying to really get him to the bigger group.
I can't believe how much better this guy is doing just with one treatment. It's just wonderful. So we've been watching our little chick here with the straw, and we're a little concerned that the edges of this straw here are going to rub raw against his legs. And since we have this other method and it's working so well with the other chick, we decided to switch this little guy out to the other method, just because I think it's going to be a little more gentle on him. Okay, buddy, you want to hang on to him so I can pull this off, and we'll put the other one. There we go. Poor little guy. Okay. All right, let's try that out, shall we? Okay, there you go. Yeah, I think that's going to be a lot gentler on his legs than the straw would be. Okay, so we're ready to give him his next treatment for the Rye Neck. This is called Rye Neck. It's also known as Stargazer. And so Nathan and I are going to show you what we do. So we need vitamin E and selenium. And then I have this poultry Nutri-Dense that was recommended. Somebody actually used just this to cure their little Stargazer chick, but this little guy was much worse. So I thought we would go ahead and increase the vitamin E and add the selenium in, just so we could give him a real good head start. So the first thing you're going to do is you're just going to take one of these soft gels, and I'm going to poke a hole in the tip of it. Let me move him back. There we go. So I'm going to take a sterile needle, and here, let me hold it so I don't just take and poke a hole real careful in the end of that. So you can see I've got a hole poked in it. All right, there you go, buddy. And what you're gonna do is you're just gonna put some of the vitamin E oil right on the edge of the beak, right here, right on the tip, on the edge. Yeah, look, he's already ready for it. There we go. Get a nice little drop on there, and then go ahead and pause and let him eat it up. Come on, little guy. Come on. Come on. Let's put a little bit more, just kind of on the edge, to help encourage him. There he goes. Come on. Just until I see him swallow some. There we go. That's good. There you go. Come on. Eat it, gone. Come on. There you go. Come on. There you go. Okay, so there's the vitamin E oil. Good job. Then I'm gonna take one of these tablets, selenium. It's okay, it's your toe. Okay, and we're not gonna use that whole thing. So I'm just gonna take a spoon and smash it. Oh, you got him. I'm just gonna powder part of it like that. And then I already have a little bit of water in my jar here. So I'm gonna take the selenium and just put that powder right into the water. Like that. Okay. Then I'm gonna mix that in a little bit. He's running all over the place. He is so happy to be on his feet. Hey buddy, can you hold on to him? Nathan, can you hold on to him? Okay, so then what I was told, or what I found online, was to just use enough of this till this looks like a tea color. This is pretty dark because it has molasses and whatnot. So I'm just going to add enough to it till it looks like a nice dark tea. That kind of looks like a tea to me. Maybe I'll put just a tiny bit more. Okay. And I'm going to empty this syringe out. I need to get a separate syringe, but right now this is the only syringe we have. So I'm just gonna mix this up. Okay, so we've got the selenium in here and we've got some nutrients, extra nutrients for him. All right. Hey little guy. So we're just gonna, look at that. He knows it's coming. Yes. Good job. Yeah, come on. A little more. Just want him to do a couple of drops. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to hold him as he keeps turning his head. Just put it on the edge of the beak. It'll drop like that. Yes, I know. Come on. There he goes. Okay, that's probably good for now. And then we'll do that again in a couple hours. Okay, so this is our little Boots, and he is ready to get his boots taken off of him. He's a little sleepy. So I'm just going to real careful pull the tape apart. I'm going to take my time. And like that. Okay. All right, you want to sit him down? Let's see how he does on his new toes. This was a little curled toe from yesterday. He's going to have to learn how to walk without boots on now. Oh. I know. Can you show us how you use your new feet? Yeah, how do they work? You can't go that way. That's going to be off the table. Here, let's pick you up. Move you over here. I know. There you go. There, look at that. You want to come over here? Anyway, you can see that his toes are no longer curled. They're straight out like they should be. And this little guy is ready for bed. All right, it's been 2 days, and I'm going to show you how our little Spraddle leg chick is doing. So let's go ahead and take this off because I think she is ready to have it off. I don't think she needs it anymore, but we'll just see how she does without it. Okay, so I got that off. What do you think? Huh? What do you think? Yeah. What do you think? I think she's ready to go. Look at that. Yeah. She's a little chilly. Got to get her back under the heat plate. But I think she's ready to go. Just got to take this one last thing off. There we go. There you go. What do you think? Is that pretty good? Look at her. There she is. Okay. Look at how she's doing. Let me get this right down. There we go. Look at how well she's doing. I'm just amazed. And she hasn't even really been using this very much either. But I think I'm going to leave it on her for another day just to make sure. She still does crane her neck upwards when she gets stressed or when she gets tired. She'll still crank her neck all the way up. But we moved her in with the rest of the chicks this morning, and she has been having a big time. She's eating and drinking, and look at that. She is doing so much better. They say to usually keep the supplements up for another 2 weeks after symptoms disappear. So we'll continue giving her extra vitamin E oil and selenium, as well as the poultry Nutri-Drench. But she is doing well enough to go in with the rest of the flock, and it's just amazing. Most of the time, chicks like this would have just been culled, but using simple little strategies like this, and you can add to your flock instead.